Good evening, people. You are with The Versatile Doctor. My name is Dr. Abhinav Atul, an author, a YouTuber, and a TLB member. I'm so excited to bring to you the 7th season of this unique interaction from TLB, the Digital City, the most electrifying book discussion series, Review Circle. In this month of June, our selected Bookstagrammer panel received a book from TLB, the Digital City, and that book was The Forgotten Kalki. Oh, no, there is no the Forgotten Kalki. Wait, I think there is some disturbance. Requesting everybody to just mute yourself and unmute yourself when you are speaking only. Yeah, great. I'm so sorry about that. Let me have a sip of coffee in my TLB mug. So the book of season 7 of TLB Review Circle is Forgotten Kalki by author Thupalle Nagendra Prasad. Author Thupalle Nagendra Prasad is a TLB Prime author, and I'll let this video describe who he is.
He is not just a writer, he is a mind that reads mythology and bends timelines into fiction. Meet Thupalle Nagendra Prasad, and he is Prime. With a background in MBA, a techie by profession and a storyteller by heart, by day his world runs on logic, by night he dives into the forgotten whispers of epics. Inspired by the timeline's lessons of Ramayana and Mahabharata, he weaves fiction around the stories left in the shadows. Dvitya Swarga, a post-apocalyptic tale where the divine meets the desolate, a story of starting over when all seems lost. And Forgotten Kalki, a bold reimagining of Vishnu's 10th avatar set in the world we live in today. 2 different books, 2 different series, and 1 vision to revive forgotten wisdom through fiction. You may know the Mahabharata and Ramayana, but what about the stories buried between the lines? Crafted with care, driven by curiosity, and written for those who believe ancient tales still hold power. He is not just writing stories, he is resurrecting legends. His books are now available on Amazon and are keeping ancient echoes alive for the modern minds. All this as a proud TLB Prime author. Are you a storyteller too? Join the tribe, be discovered. Join TLB, the Digital City now.
So with that introduction, let us welcome author Thupalle Nagendra Prasad, and this is Review Circle Season 7. Now, those of you who may be following Review Circle for the last 6 months are aware that the idea of Review Circle is to mix book critiquing and buddy reading. So what do we do in buddy reading? A group of friends reads the book simultaneously and keeps discussing among themselves. So the process of selecting the book for Review Circle is not just very simple. Not just any book can find itself at the center of Review Circle. Author Thupalle Nagendra Prasad won the season 4 of TLB Authors Reality Show for this coveted spot in Review Circle. And now we also have 6 Bookstagrammers, 5 of whom are already present in this video call. 3 of these Bookstagrammers are already published authors themselves, and each having their own unique take on book reading and reviewing. So here is what the taste of Review Circle Season 7 is. So it is time for Season 7 of TLB Review Circle. In the month of June, we have author Thupalle Nagendra Prasad, who won the season 4 of reality show to win a ticket for his book to be included in review circle. Thupalle Nagendra Prasad is the author of Forgotten Kalki, the tale of Sri Mahavishnu. Now, this book's core mythological fiction premise is not something which is very unique. In fact, if you search for Kalki in the book section of Amazon, you will first see the book trilogy by Kevin Mitchell, and recently there was a movie, Kalki 2898. Does this book, Forgotten Kalki, have what it takes to entice specially selected, hand-picked Bookstagrammers of TLB, the digital city? We have 6 Bookstagrammers this season, and 3 of them are already published authors. Meet Dr. Swamini Chopra Salame, meet Ruchi Thakur, meet Shipra Sharma. And they are joined by Prerna, Triparna and Trisha. So stay tuned for the highly anticipated book discussion where we take book reviewing and buddy reading to the next level. Stay tuned to season 7 of TLB Review Circle. Don't miss the action. Join TLB, the digital city. So this is one book, 6 Bookstagrammers, 1 verdict. Let me just stop the description right here and present the season 7 live stream of Review Circle. I can't wait to get started with today's deep dive into yet another thrilling read with the author and 5 of the book reviewers from the panel of 6. Please welcome Thupalle Nagendra Prasad, the author of Forgotten Kalki and the winner of reality show season 4 and the center of Review Circle season 7. Thupalle Nagendra Prasad, please introduce yourself to the viewers and tell us in very brief what your book Forgotten Kalki is all about.
So hi everyone, this is Nagendra Prasad and I am the author of Dvitiya Sarga and Forgotten Kalki books. So my debut, Dvitiya Sarga, is about Trishanku Sarga from Ramayana, which is created on the basis of a grid of a king, and I have written a fiction on it to make it a refugee place when the earth is in its apocalyptic stage, and a few people, this also fiction from Dvitiya Sarga, will come to the earth and save those people. And Forgotten Kalki book is about a Kalki-like avatar that happened in Swayambhu Manvantara, which is mentioned in Matsya Purana. So taken that as a base, I have written a fiction story about it. And the main character in this story is Anvesh, who starts realizing himself through the story. Yeah, that's it.
That's great. That's great. So it is a mythological fiction based on the avatar called Kalki, and Kalki is very, very famous. As you saw in the trailer, many writers, many authors are writing about Kalki, and of course there was this movie about Kalki. But anyway, moving forward, joining the author are the reviewers and Bookstagrammers. First of all, let me welcome TLB Prime author Shipra Sharma, who is the author of Chords of Concealed Heart, which was the Review Circle book from season 6. It is a great pleasure to have you again here, Shipra. Please introduce yourself for those viewers who may not know you and tell us the one thing about this book that you would take away after reading it.
Hello everyone, my name is Shipra Sharma Sharawat. As doctor already introduced me, so my debut book was A Course of Concealed Heart, and I got mixed review about that, but most of them were positive reviews. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate this group and Review Circle who motivated me a lot. And this time I am here as an reader, which I love books since my childhood. I love to read books. I love to write them. Reading and writing, I will say that books are kind of, for me, meditation for me. Yes. So here I am. Yes, best of luck, the author. So that's it.
Great. Moving to the next TLB Prime author, we welcome Dr. Swamini Chopra Salame, the author of the fantasy saga Wars and Wings. Two of the books in Wars and Wings saga are already published. And apart from her own writing, Dr. Swamini has also been narrating stand up stories for TLB, the Digital City, and hosting author interviews. Dr. Swamini,
Yeah.
please introduce yourself to the viewers and tell us the one key takeaway from this book.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Doc. You have introduced me better than I could have talked about myself. So, yeah, professionally, I was a research person. I was into research field for last 10 years, but now I am a full-time author. I work from home. I look after my two kids. And yes, all of us here are fans of reading, writing, and all literature that can be. So I'm also one of them. Apart from having a professional life, I have written two novels, a couple of poetries and anthologies as well. And yes, I like narrating stories. So I write short stories and submit them as narration videos to TLBs. From the book Forgotten Kalki, I'm a big Indian mythology buff. So I have read everything that is possible. I like to read and explore the different perspective and modern retellings of our cultures, different stories. So one takeaway that I would like to give from the Forgotten Kalki is, apart from being rooted in Indian mythology, a very good take on modern things are there in the book. We will go into that in depth, but I have loved how author has used his technical background to connect some of the things with the mythological retelling here, and that has been the biggest takeaway for me. I hope we get time to discuss that in detail.
Of course, that is why we are here. So it seems that the author has not only given a fictional twist to the mythology, but also taken it to a scientific spin, right? That is great. And our next reviewer is also a TLB Prime author, Nupur Jha, the author of Life: A Roller Coaster Ride. She's also active on TLB The Digital City with her book reviews and stand-up stories. Please introduce yourself, Nupur or Ruchi, as you might want to introduce yourself to the viewers. And also, we would like to know what one key takeaway from this book you have.
Hello everyone. As the doctor introduced me, Nupur Jha, I am Nupur Jha, but my real name is Ruchi Thakur, as many of you already know or might not know. So, Nupur Jha has been my pen name for my debut book, Life: A Roller Coaster Ride, and I'm writing the second part of that book right now. Also, I love writing short stories, which I write in TLB all the time. And then I also narrate stories, and that confidence I only got after coming to TLB. So, yeah, that. And also, I would like to say that my confidence level in reading and writing has been increased a lot after coming here. So, that is there. I'm a legal associate, by the way, by profession, and but my main focus is to shift to being an author very soon. Now, the key takeaway from this book, Forgotten Kalki, I would say I really liked. The first thing I would mention is the shlokas, which really intrigues the person, especially someone who understands them, who reads them, who had the background of Sanskrit. I had I was a Sanskrit student, so I when I saw these shlokas, I was very intrigued by them. So it was nice, and the best part is like Kalki is a very intriguing topic for everyone nowadays, because everyone is in the anticipation, like what will it be, how will it be, what is the take. So by this book, we can say that this is the take of the author. We can see inside his mind what he thinks should be. So I like the idea. That's from my side.
So a Sanskrit student turned legal, advocate, legal scholar. I mean,
Associate.
yeah, legal associate. So a force to be reckoned with. So I didn't know that. Anyway, so thank you for your introduction. And now I would like to give the stage to Triparna. Triparna Mukherjee, who, besides being an avid reader, is an awesome singer too. Triparna has won weekly music competition several times at TLB The Digital City. Triparna, please go ahead and introduce yourself and, of course, tell us what you found most outstanding in this book.
Yeah. So namaste and hi to all of you. So like I'm like a student, okay, and I'm not so much into these things. Like I just love to write my own, but in some parts I love to read some books that is really originated with our mythological things because I am also doing a private research on it. So the main thing I will love to share with you about this book is I have read so many books, okay, in the mythological fiction, but the main thing that author just don't want to show us the real thing, okay, that the real mythological things that already happened, they just made up on their own and just print it anyways. But the most lovable thing to me is he didn't change a word, like the exact what happened. He just write that with his own like fictional stories, okay, and I just really love it. And as ma'am Ruchi ma'am and Swamini ma'am already said that slow part and that part, how he is like mixing the Gen Z thing and that like old fashioned thing in a one book, it's really impressive to me. And yeah.
Great introduction about the book and about yourself. Now let us turn to the bookie avocado. Prerna, please tell us about yourself and about the one point that you found most prominent in this book.
Yeah. So hi everyone. I am Prerna. I by profession I work as a research engineering, and like reading is my hobby actually, and I love to read books and gain knowledge from it. Not only read to read, and I like the most important thing I get from a book is the knowledge and something that I can apply into the daily life or something like that. And coming to this book, like what was the most prominent thing that played in here is the as we discussed earlier, so it was the sleep part where it is the most prominent thing in the whole in this book, because that is where like many things will progress, and that is what like it is the main, like the salt which is the main thing to add in a like dishes and all, so that it gives the that appropriate taste and all. So it was the most like as I said earlier also, so it was the most like the attractive thing, the prominent one that I found in this book. And the development in the dreams also, like whatever he found and how it progressed. And yeah, like that part, it was like most attracting one, and that is what I most like it was the most interesting part also. Yeah, like that is what is the most prominent thing I found out according to this book. So yeah,
Great, great,
that's
great. So we are in review circle. This was not just about reading the book and just posting a review. This was a month-long interaction, and the readers, all six of them, have been interacting with the author throughout the month, talking about chapters, talking about good things and bad things. So I have in front of me the feedback given by the six readers, and going forward, I will read out a few of the reactions that the readers have given, or the six readers of Review Circle have given, and then we'll discuss on this. So there was a question, there was a feedback question, which was your favorite chapter and why? And one of the responses was, the whole book is my favorite because it has brilliant use of names, shlokas, mythological references, and in the last page, which avatar of Lord Vishnu came to earth in which time or which Jug. I really liked that part. And also with ups and downs of the whole book, this book was very good. So this is the kind of reaction and responses that I have been getting buy all these 6 Bookstagrammers. One more thing. So most of the reviewers have quoted chapter 13 as their favorite chapter. One of the comments is where Anvesh goes into sleep and through Sapna project decides to decode his dream, and when he goes to the dream world, he finds out the reality and realizes his goal. So, author, without any spoilers, please give us an idea of how you came to decide on making a dream-like sequence in your book, in this mythological fiction book, which everybody seems to like.
So actually, instead of showing just the dream and realizing himself, I thought of including the scientific part where his friend tries to decode what his dream is through a project, and then everyone gets to know what his dream is about and what he is going through.
Great.
So in that way, we can show that the dream part is mythological. Plus, we can also
Scientific.
show we can actually record the dream and do it.
Oh, great. So, anything like Inception? Have any of the okay? The entire panel of reviewers is female. I did not notice that. Oh, great. So, how many of you have watched Inception? I'm not talking about the author, the reviewers. So, Triparna, have you watched Inception? I didn't catch it.
Sorry, sorry for that. Not yet.
Yeah, and Shipra? Okay, so only Dr. Swamini and Ruchi have watched Inception. So this entire thing of dream sequence and recording the dream, I'm not saying that it is taken from Inception, but it is somewhat reminiscent of that, and that is a good thing. That is a good scientific way of making your characters realize. Dreams are a scientific way of making your characters realize what you want in your book. So let's come to a few spicy feedback. So were there any parts that confused you? That was the question, or even frustrated or annoyed you? So there is one response. The change of scene was confusing in places. Also, the conversation between characters seemed abrupt. Use of only dialogues without explaining their body language or emotional state felt like the conversations were dry. Switching from scenes also felt the same. One moment we were in the present seeing Abhi's father looking for a file, and immediately in the next we see him in flashback with Anvesh's supposed dead parents. One moment we see Lakshmi talking to the priest in the temple, and the next we see goons beating Anvesh. This all felt like tiny continuation errors. So well, a book has got to have some good points and some bad points, and it's all going to be culminating in the whole review that we are looking at here. So Nagendra, tell us about what you think, how do you take this feedback of your continuation errors?
Yeah, I take it very positively, and I'll be working on it, how to improve on it.
So let me go again to the panel. Dr. Swamini, first you. What is you already described how great this novel was, this entire story was, the shlokas and everything, then the entire
Yeah.
scientific and mythological fiction, I mean, merger of that. What is the one thing that you think could have been better in this story?
Yeah, the as I said, the technological things that author has written about, that Sapna software, and then there is also GK 1.0 robot, and I like that, hidden meaning GK. I found that when we had discussions during the month, GK is actually Ghatotkach. So who was son of Bhim in Mahabharata, and so these are very subtle hints that you have given, and it increases the interest, once you crack the code. But yeah, I found those continuation errors a bit, I had to go back 2 pages and see that whether I'm going correct or not. So that was the only complication I had while reading. Otherwise it was, uh, you know we were going with the flow. I personally was going with the flow, what was happening with Anvesh, and how frustrated he was emotionally through the story, and how then the bad people come into the picture, and then the suspense of his parents' death, and can we give one or two spoilers? I'm sorry for that, but the how we find out things as we progress at the end, and I think I missed that part in the reality show, that this is the part one and there is going to be a book two. So as I finished, it was a surprise for me, a very good surprise, because I was worried that my pages are ending, and the story is not ending, so I was worried about that part. But it was a good surprise. Waiting for book two, that is what I would say in a crux.
Great. So let me show my viewers, our viewers, about the book cover, because the next point of discussion that we are going to have is about the book cover. So there was a question in the feedback of how people found this book cover. So what was your reaction to the book cover? If you loved it, why? If you didn't, what would you rather have the book cover be? One reaction was, I love the cover. It completely resonates with the mystery and suspense vibe of the story. The image gives an idea that ancient history will be involved with a modern touch. And the title confirms that it is mythological. Now, again, the cover of the book was beautiful, but it could require some changes. If it were me, I would keep the Kalki avatar in the background a little hazy, and in front, I would keep the main character and his friend in front. That is a good way of looking at the book cover. What we see. So, Nagendra, who is this person in your foreground? You are not seeing it right now, but the viewers are seeing the book cover on their screens. Who is this person in the foreground?
It's Anvesh.
Okay, so it is Anvesh, and so the interpretation of this entire cover can be different as far as the viewers are concerned, as far as the readers are concerned. So there are mostly positive reviews about the book cover. That is nice. So Shipra, you tell us, how is this book? I mean, overall, you have this book paperback in your hands, starting with the cover, with the whole bulk of the book and the pricing. Talk to us about what you felt with that.
I will say that the book cover is really nice. It is eye-catching, and I would be interested to reading it if I see this kind of book cover, of course. But I would also suggest to the author that he should improve his writing style. He should read a lot of books to improve that writing style, because sometimes we have a great story idea, but how we explain it and how we write it, that is also very important. We should keep editing by ourselves again and again, multiple times before give it to any professional editor. So this was the lacking. But the story, if I see overall, if I avoid writing style, the story was engaging. Yes, I would say that it was the great idea to write about something like this. But you should need to improve in writing style, the way you explain, the way you uh, write about communication between the characters. So that the part was lacking.
Great. So there is a lot of room for improvement. And now I'll come closer to the screen because I can't see very clearly. There have been a lot of comments. Let me open it up and read out a few of the comments. Okay. People are actually quite excited. Rose said, Rose is one of the Bookstagrammers of older review circle seasons. So damn, so many people. Rose says that. Oh, of course, Rose would say that. Rose says, I'm going to steal your mug. The video is too good. Then Sonia says, so many people. Wow. Yes, this is the first time that at Review Circle live stream we are having 7 people. So myself included, I am the moderator, and Nagendra is the author. But we have five readers, 5 Bookstagrammers on the screen, and actually we are missing one. Trisha could not join this live stream for some reasons, but if she were here, we would have 8 people on the screen, and it would be a record, and that is nice. Again, okay, the edit is always. Let me. Yeah, okay. Sounds interesting. These moons, so many pretty women I see. Rose is the one who is commenting the most. Rose remembers that Chords of Concealed Heart was abbreviated as COCH that she mentioned. I enjoyed Chords of Concealed Heart. He 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 he. Okay, author Ruchi. So many cuties here. Sonia says so many cuties here. Looking forward to the interaction. Of course, we have been interacting. Rose says, I say author Swamini and author Ruchi are twins. Okay, that is a weird thing to say. No, let me just have a look. Yes, it's not too far-fetched. But anyway, let me take the book cover off the screen, and these comments are just flowing in. So let us move forward. Triparna, now I would like to come to you for some of the feedback. There was one question. Did you notice any discrepancies and inconsistencies in time sequences, places, character details, or everything? And there was one comment that most of the time you can't tell while reading who is talking to whom and from where the flashbacks are starting and ending. Did you also feel like that?
Yeah, it's like I also feel that like everything is so good in this book, but sometimes when I am just reading that book, okay, I am imagining myself there. Okay, my soul just shifted there, and like suddenly some flashbacks came. Okay, and what happened? Sometimes it's happened. Okay, and to be honest, it's actually happened. But if we just ignore those things that it had not any type of errors have happened there, yeah, the book is like super good. I really like it personally.
Great. Ruchi, why don't you tell us your most favorite line from the book?
Okay, so it's very difficult to tell one line because, like, I don't remember the lines, so I cannot say. But I will say that, like, all the shlokas that were there on the every chapter starting, there was a shloka. It started with that, and I liked the way they represented every chapter. So that was the attracting part, and it had me going on like, okay, next chapter I will read another one and another one. So it was good, 14 chapters, and then all the 14 shlokas, and then all the details. So it's hard to say one line actually, because you can say lines, you can say your favorite lines when there is a dialogue and all those. But this book wasn't actually about the dialogues or the narration, but the overall story, which was my focus when I was reading this. So I would say like all the shlokas.
Yeah, great. The shlokas are something that everybody is liking. Whatever discussions we have had over the month, the thing is, the unanimous thing is, everybody liked that you used the shlokas as epigraphs in the beginning of your chapters. So, how did this idea come to you, Nagendra?
Yeah, in the start of the story itself, I have started with the Mahabharata episode, and then the story progresses. So when I'm mentioning about the Mahabharata, I thought I should mention about Sri Krishna and the Bhagavad Gita slokas as well, and accordingly I have kept for each chapter.
Yeah, like there is one shlok at the end of the epilogue. No man can attain freedom from activity by refraining from action, nor can he reach perfection by merely refusing to act. These are deep and meaningful shlokas, which are like life lessons, and incorporating these in your book actually gives your book a complete new meaning, complete new dimension, I should say. Before the author's note, starting with yada yada slok, yada yada hi dharmasya anirbhavati bharata, and chapter 12, where it starts with the explanation of the slok, where it says, weapons do not cleave the soul, fire does not burn it, water do not wet it, and wind does not dry it. So you have used shlokas in every chapter, and that has caught the attention of the readers. That is a very, very nice touch for your book. So tell us about what is coming in the second book. When is the second book due? Have you already finished it and are in the project and are in the process of writing or publishing? Tell us about the second book.
Actually, I'm working on the second part of the other book, Dvitiya Sarga, right now.
Okay.
So once I finish that, I'll start for the Forgotten Kalki.
So, viewers, you must have watched in the Prime Video, Prime author feature that Nagendra's first book was Dvitiya Swarga, and now he is writing a second part of that book. After that, Forgotten Kalki will get its sequel. So there was a question about this feedback. Did you notice any obvious repeating grammatical errors, spelling, punctuation, and everything? So the places where author wants to share flashback, it was like sudden and a little bit confusing. There were quite a few errors and lot of character names jumbling. The names had typo, some commas were missing, or there were some extra commas. So Prerna, what did you think? So you talked about your research and you are a mythological fiction buff. What did you think is the I mean you did you think that having a book which might have some errors or maybe some imperfections, how does that affect the book as a whole and your experience while reading it?
Okay. So, when we are reading a certain book, like a few people, we imagine ourselves in the character shoes. Whenever the characters are talking or having a conversation, so that is when the grammatical mistakes and errors, or say the flashbacks, which were abruptly introduced in between, so it might affect over there. But when you focus mainly on the story, and when you're interested on what might happen, what might happen, like how will the character development takes on, and in that perspective, whatever the mistakes and all, it won't matter. But while reading it, just like as I said earlier, when you are imagining yourself as a character, at that point, like it will make a reader somewhat, take a pause to look back, like what and all, where it started, like which character is talking at that point. Yeah, it will affect. But overall, if you consider this book, the story, the curiosity that has minted in what happened. Okay, his parents got missed, and in the next chapter they are seen in the Shambhala place. Again, it will catch a curiosity, like, okay, they this like earlier they said they went missing or died, but how did they end up here? So you will continue the story to reach to that point where you will go like, okay, so this is what happened. So in that place, this book, it was like a roller coaster actually. It did maintain the curiosity throughout the book, and it did maintain, it did have some moments where we need to pause and then again we need to restart. So yeah, this was the overall thing that I noticed from this.
Very well said. So, what overall, in the grand scheme of things, the book itself is great, the story itself is great, the plot and the concept itself is great. But while you are immersed in reading it, the small things like an extra a comma or a missing apostrophe, that will take you out of the page and keep you wondering. But again, this is a part of review circle. This is not just a reviewing opportunity. It is a growing opportunity, a learning opportunity. Everybody coming in together and openly discussing without judgment. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody learns new things every day, and we make mistakes, we learn. That is what the core of review circle is. That is what the value of review circle is. Not just the book mail, not just the review reel or review Amazon review rating that you are going to get in the end, but actual value of review circle comes from the feedback, from the engagement, from the conversations that have been going on. So if you have any feedback about this book, this is the final question of the feedback form. Let me read out a few things. Storyline is beautiful and captivating. As a mythology buff, I would absolutely love the story, the mytho tidbits in between, and a modern touch with technology. These are great. As for the writing style, the author can improve on grammar and human emotion expression. He can focus on on explaining the character's body language along with using the dialogue. This is one of the feedback. So let me come back to Dr. Swamini. Now there is a romantic element in this book, right? What did you feel about that? How was it portrayed? Whether Forgotten Kalki can be thought of as a romantic saga, or it is just there to tick one of the boxes?
Yeah, I won't say it would be a romantic saga, because the title itself, if what I found different in this book is in your video also you have mentioned about the movie Kalki. What we imagine is Kalki is going to come after 2000, 3000 years, and at that time India is going to be something out of Star Wars, and we would be having hovering ships and everything. But that is the unique thing I loved about this book, that I think the timeline is in present. Like, Anvesh is in 2025 presently. So that's a very good thing, not very much technologically hi-fi. And yes, I won't say it was a complete romantic angle, but having a female character, I felt Lakshmi was supporting to Anvesh. It was not a lovey-dovey romantic angle, or that post-breakup let's be friend angle. I did not get that feeling. She was a good supporting character to the main character, and it would be nice to see how that, because some of the part of their history is still hidden. So would love to see how it evolves in the next part. But yes, again, an obvious hint, using the name Lakshmi to an avatar of Lord Vishnu. So I like that part. I liked how he has used character's name. So that's a very good subtle hints he has given in characters. That's the part I loved, and I think that was the first thing I discussed at the start of the review circle, how the names are going with mythological references.
So he has taken a lot of care in actually giving their characters their names. But anyway, while we are talking about romance and the love interest of the key characters of this book, the discussion would not be complete unless we spoke to Shipra about this. So Shipra, you are a romance buff and you have written romance, a typical romance author, a typical romance book. Tell us what you felt about the romantic angle in this book.
I didn't feel anything romantic in this book, to be honest. I didn't feel any romantic scene that actually happened in this book.
Okay, great.
Like patting on the head, I don't feel romantic in such thing, in such gesture, But this is my point of view, of course. But if you are asking to me that if I feel any kind of romantic connection between any character, I didn't feel.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, reading a book is a personal journey. I mean, the author has given their perspective, and you are reading the author's story, and you have to connect with it on your own level. So, Prerna, what did you think about the romantic connection in this movie? I mean, story.
Okay, when it comes to romantic part, like I didn't like how Anvesh pushed Lakshmi off. I mean, without any proper explanation, and also like yeah. So apart from that, uh, okay, like there were a few small touching scenes, but even then, like it was like the flashback and all. It was mentioned in the flashback, the most like almost all the romantic parts. uh, in that even I got confused when and where, like the past and present, which like it confused me. But apart from that, okay, like it was okay. Like it was clearly seen that Lakshmi was putting much more effort in the romantic part and all. So yeah, like that's all I have to
Yeah,
talk.
sometimes that happens in real life also, right? One person is putting in
Yeah.
all the efforts. One more thing. So, I only there is one of the feedbacks. I only want to convey to the author that he could work on the flow of the dialogues and narration, and also dividing the time jumps and scenes is important. Dividing the time jumps and scenes is important, so he could take care of that. Other than that, I'm eagerly waiting for the next book. Okay, going back to the comments. Tanisha has been giving so many comments, and okay, at the Versatile Doctor, the YouTube channel of the Versatile Doctor, where this stream is also airing live. Tanisha has donated 40 rupees. Thank you, Tanisha, so much. And she says this is to appreciate this dedication and keep writing. Of course, this is for Nagendra. Keep writing and keep the dedication going. Tanisha also says that the cover is lovely and keep shining. His dedication for his book is really amazing. And finally, Tanisha notes that the feedback is valuable. So, valuable feedback. Moving on, there is more feedback. Overall, the book is good, but some parts of some chapters go on without too much. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Overall, the book is good. Some part of some chapters goes with too much hurry, and those flashback things is so difficult to understand from present, as it was like sudden a hit sometimes. So it happens. So this is the one common feedback that you have been receiving of this book from all the readers. And this is something I think you will take into account while writing your next book. And even in the era of self-publishing, in the era of digital publishing, you can even correct these things in your own published book, and maybe release a second edition or something, corrected edition or something. That can also be done. So, Ruchi, coming back to you, your final thoughts about this book. How excited you are for the next book that might be coming in?
Yeah, so after reading this book, I like the first time when I saw it was before reviews, this reality show started, and at that time only I was very intrigued about this book, and I had it in my wish list from that time only, and then it came to reality show, and then review circle, and then I finally got the chance to read. And after reading this, I was like, yeah, it was worth it, definitely. Uh, I'm ignoring all the errors. I have pointed out the errors we have discussed also, and it happens. I'm an author myself, and I have made a lot of mistakes as well, and I have learned from that. And I understand that the mistakes happen, it's fine. But then I focus on the story, and the overall story, what I feel is it says what it has to say. It didn't deviate from the topic, and the cliffhanger that had was there in the ending of the book. One particular scene which ended in cliffhanger was enough to make me too eager for the next book.
That is great.
So,
So cliffhanger is something which is to be taken very, very carefully. And Nagendra Prasad has taken this to the next level. I think everybody is eager. Everybody in this panel is eager for the next book. So coming to Triparna, I am going to give you a complicated question. Uh, Consider this was not a mythological fiction. Consider this was not the story of Vishnu's avatar. Consider this was not a story of Kalki. Consider that this book was just a science fiction book. What would you feel about this? How would you describe this book if it were just a science fiction, not a mythological fiction?
Okay. So yeah, it's quite difficult for me. But still, if we just go through the book, we can see there are so many of like these things of robotic things, okay, and all these things that I really loved. Like I am not like that type of person who love this type of things, but yeah, I will say it is like very good. After all, if it is not a mythological book, if it was not, but I think the book has got its life because it is a mythological thing. Like yeah, so the GK 1.0 thing is like super cool when we have so much of like pictures in it on this book of their thing, and I just really like that that picture where he goes down to the Darka in the sea and just came out with the scroll. I just really like it. And it's like I was just imagining when I started reading comics about this robotics thing, and I thought, yeah, it's like going like that, anything, or like, oh, okay, I will not go at that thing right now. But yeah, if it is not a mythological book, I will consider it will be also a good thing because the storyline is so good. If we just don't, if we ignore that errors part, the storyline is actually good. And yeah.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And this is great, author. Yes, Shipra, please.
Actually, I have question about the book title. I want to ask from the author. The title is Forgotten Kalki, but I want to know the meaning behind this title. Is it about the person who forgot himself, or is it about people who forgot Kalki?
Nice question. Nagendra, you have to answer
It's
this.
not actually about both of them. It actually comes in the second part. As I mentioned in my introduction, it's about the Kalki like avatar which happened earlier. So it's not known to many of them. So I mentioned the name like that.
Okay, so it is completely different from what people might understand, might think about this.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So anyway, we are coming to the close of this session. It has been a very great discussion, a very great interaction. Nagendra, please give us your concluding remarks about how your experience with Review Circle Season 7 has been.
Right, so it was actually a great experience interacting with these people and the feedbacks I had been getting through. So I'll be working on the improvements which has been highlighted, and I think I'll be coming back with a good version of the second part.
Lovely, lovely. We have another comment from Tanisha. Tanisha says she's missing all my favorite reviewers in a single frame. That is all of you. And Tanisha is missing Sonal. Sonal was not a part of this season. She was actually given the chance to join this season, but she couldn't. She had other, engagements. So with this, we come to the conclusion of our conversation for tonight. TLB Review Circle Season 7 is almost concluded. What is left is the final verdict. So, as I mentioned, the feedback that we have received from all the 6 Bookstagrammers, they have also given ratings. Ratings not only as an overall, but also on several aspects of the book. How the cover was, what the pricing was, what the love story was, and everybody has given 12 questions. Everybody was given 12 questions on which they have given their ratings for, out of 5. And we will take an average of all those 12 questions and 6 people responding and give you an average, and that will be the final verdict of TLB Review Circle Season 7. So drum roll while I put on the averaging. What do you think? So Nagendra, what do you think your final verdict, final score would be?
I'm expecting between 3.8 to 4, like that.
3.8 to 4. That is like very specific, right? Riparna, what do you think?
I think it will go like 4 to 4.5 or something.
4 to 4.5. Okay. So, out of all the questions which have been given to the readers for feedback and the ratings on all those questions out of 5, we got the total averaged review circle rating as 3.49. So that is out of 5. So out of 5, Forgotten Kalki by author Thupalle Nagendra Prasad gets a rating of 3.49. So that is overall 3.5. So that is a good score. Congratulations, Nagendra. And so this is how we conclude Review Circle Season 7. The month of July will be a break for Review Circle as TLB will be excited and busy with the upcoming offline event or meet in New Delhi, marking the first anniversary of TLB, the Digital City. And we will be back in August with another season of Review Circle. Till then, stay tuned to TLB. A big thank you to author Thupalle Nagendra Prasad and the reviewers, the readers, for their time and the honest interactions. And thank you everyone who have joined the live stream tonight, either on the YouTube channel of TLB, the Digital City, or on my own YouTube channel, The Versatile Doctor. Those who have already been a part of TLB, well, we will be in touch. And those who still aren't a part of TLB, what are you waiting for? TLB, the Digital City, is a place where book readers, authors, poets, musicians, and artists of all dimensions of passion come together. Check out our website at www.tlbcity.com for all the activities and engagements that we keep doing to collect our merchandise. So you see on the screen the lovely ladies wearing our merchandise, and even the author is showing our colors. Stay tuned to the YouTube and Instagram channels and just keep reading. Until our next video, this is Dr. Abhinav Atul signing off from TLB, the Digital City. Namaskar. Good night. Yes, we are offline. Great. Oh, Shipra already left, and